That I knew you were going up to Toronto.
Yeah.
And I knew that Kripke had some things planned for you. I didn't exactly know what. And you and I hadn't talked about what. And then we did talk about what. And the first thing that Rob said to me was, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to work after this. I'm concerned. And I was like, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. And
yeah, like after I played Soldier Boy, like things were like, people watch the show, it's gonna be big.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great, man.
Yeah.
It's great, you can have fun, it's Kripke, you know, he builds worlds and these characters and they're memorable and it's gonna be so fun. And then I watched the season and more specifically the episode in which Splinter was in. And then I went, I don't know if Rob's gonna work on it. It was disturbing.
Yeah.
And I'm of course up there right now. I say up there because Canada is above the United States, so we just refer to Canada as being up there. And I'm up there right now and working with the crew again, and the crew was like, oh, Rob. That got deep. Pun intended. I did tell you this, and I'll tell them this, that the crew, including the visual effects, the head of visual effects, Stephen Fleet, who, if you ever see this, please don't do anything bad to me in visual effects. You're amazing. All of them said that they sang his praises as to just what a lovely person, what a trooper, what an absolute professional and great human being he was. And then I just asked, I was like, we're talking about Rob Benedict, right? Because I don't know if we're talking about, so he did leave an impression that I will say probably paved the way, because I certainly didn't, paved the way for the fact that Jared and Misha are on the show right now. And I mean that. I had to, and this is no secret, I had to jump through some hoops to get Soldier Boy. That wasn't something that Kripke called me up and was like, hey, I've got a role for you. I had to earn that role. And then when I got on set, I did my best. And I think that maybe cracked the door open for maybe another Supernatural alumni to come through. And Rob was the next and kicked the door wide open. And then that's when Kripke, I mean, I'm just, you know, thinking about this out loud, but I really think that that's when the cast and crew of The Boys was like, bring them on, whoever you got, bring them on. And I think it's a testament to Kripke and the worlds he builds, the sandboxes that he builds for us to play in, and the people he gets to play in those boxes.
Yeah. And the trust we have in him to be that vulnerable,
yeah.
to take our clothes off. to be that vulnerable, you know, and he's the same.
My first day on set.
You're naked.
I'm the new guy. And this is what I look like naked.
Yeah. Yeah, I met all those actors. I was rarely clothed for 3 months. Yeah, no, but you know, and it's true. When we're on set, you know, they loved what Jensen did so much and loved him and sang his praises, and Supernatural to them is almost like the mothership, you know, because it was, you know, Kripke from the Kripke verse it means a lot to them, like supernatural. So, tell me, and here's the show that I watched, was a big fan of The Boys. So it was funny to be on set and they're kind of revering you and then by proxy me and, the whole show. And so it was pretty cool, just as we're like Kripke's first children.
From his first marriage.
From his first marriage. Yeah. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, what's good is that I didn't look like myself. So
I think you did. I mean, in what way?
If there was someone who's going to be like, well, I'm not going to hire that guy, but they don't know what I look like. What? He said, I don't think Rob will ever work again.
Oh, yeah. But you have.
Yeah.
That's true. I can't say so much for Jared and Misha.
No, I mean, but what's great about it, honestly, like, for me, is like, it's just fun as an actor, as a character actor, to be able to play so many different looks, so many different people, and so it's like, on the wheel of parts that there are, it's like, well, I hadn't done that, so check,
Well, that's, that's a lot of, that's something interesting, because most of audiences of entertainment gravitate generally towards the star of the show or the star of the movie, and sometimes those stars burn bright and die quickly. And there's a massive culture in our industry of journeymen, of people who continually work constantly and fill in all of that supporting aspect of every star. And in my opinion, like, there should be an entire Oscar Awards ceremony for those people, and not just supporting actor. Though generally supporting actors are also stars. But when you talk about the real people who have worked continuously and who have continued to grind in this industry and are journeymen, and those are really the backbone of this entire industry. And I actually would love to consider myself one of those, because I continually, like, job to job to job to job to job, and Rob is that way, and a lot of the guys here are that way. They don't view it as I want to find the glorification in this project. They want to find the craftsmanship in the project, and you get to check those boxes. Like, I crafted that perfect. Now I can move on to the next crafting assignment.
Yeah.
And I love that about our industry. My father was one of those people, and so I always appreciate the people that have continually had a career in this industry that don't get sung praises.
Yeah.
Those are the people, in my opinion, that do deserve it the most. And when those people get praised and get maybe a starring role in something, you just know they're going to deliver, because they're absolutely equipped with all of the tools to craft anything that you need. And that's a special skill that I don't think a lot of the stars have.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I could write a book sometimes. It's like being on so many different sets and seeing so many different actors.
Because it's not just about the role.
Right.
I mean, you guys have to understand, like, you're only acting, what, on a 12-hour day, you're probably performing on camera maybe an hour,
Right.
at most.
Yeah.
So the other 11 hours that you're on set, you're dealing with personalities, you're dealing with being a human to the crew and to the other castmates, and making yourself a viable asset to that production. And that's a skill. That is an absolute skill.
Yeah.
One that he has honed brilliantly, and a lot of the guys here have. And it's not something that gets talked about a lot. to be on set and to be amongst a cast of many different types of people, and to be amongst a crew who come from all different, parts of the world, and to find commonality and to rally a team together and produce a product that gets sold and you can be proud of. That's the work goes. The real work, in my opinion, goes on behind, like when the cameras aren't rolling.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Your beard is perfect. Just the contours, the lines, I'm getting this from the sideline because I think it's Italian for get off the stage.
Oh, I thought we were doing this together. Are we not doing this together?
We were, but just for like 5 minutes, I guess. No, I'm going.
All right.
This is you.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right.